Siddharth, shuru karo zara. I'm getting a call. Hanji.
Well, this was bound to happen. We had said 6 days ago, 1 week ago, that Pakistan will make the U turn. Well, guess what? We don't have to wait 24 hours, my friend. It's happened right now because major breaking news, big breaking news. Pakistan government has done the U-turn. Mohsin Naqvi, PCB have done the U-turn. Pakistan government has now given the go-ahead for the India-Pakistan encounter that will take place on February 15th at the Ketarama Stadium, at the Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. All this drama, all this thing just to stay relevant has flopped miserably. Pakistan have done the U-turn. Nothing surprising at all, Harshit. And that is why what I had said 6 days ago, what I had said a week ago, we all called Pakistan's bluff. And government of Pakistan and Pakistan PM Shahbaz Sharif's statement is all been rendered in one word, spineless. Because now 15th is on.
15th is on now. That's the big breaking news that so many of you are joining us here for. I have that official press release as well. This has come from Islamabad. I have that press release. There you see, I'm going to be giving you details of this press release. What exactly it says, what exactly happened in the corridors of Pakistan cricket, what exactly happened in the corridors of the Pakistani parliament as well. Remember, because it's the interior minister of Pakistan who also is the face of their cricket, Mohsin Naqvi. He pretty much could have taken the decision on his own because, as I said, he's 2-1. But because of the optics of it, because of the multiple hurdles that he may also have had to face over there or just adhere to the hierarchy, he needed the nod to come in from the top and the top brass. Shehbaz Sharif, the Prime Minister, has now given the nod. It was the very top. As far as Pakistan are concerned, it was the top brass that had said no, no playing against India, and they had decided to side with Bangladesh. Now that Bangladesh have gotten a little bit of a deal over here, they have something sweet of their own to cherish as well. We'll talk about that in just a bit. We've already broken that story for you. But now that Bangladesh are happy, Pakistan says we've got no problem in this. We're going to be playing. So all of this to ensure that Bangladesh got something out of this whole saga. Pakistan have now said we will go ahead and play. The government has given us the go ahead that we needed. Now that the government has given us the go ahead, we will go ahead and play that match on the 15th of February in Colombo. Siddharth will give you more details, after which I will tell you what exactly the press release says. Remember, there's a meeting that took place. That meeting lasted for anywhere between 5 to 6 hours, is what I'm picking up right now. And after that meeting took place, there were further deliberations that took place, details of which are in this press release. I'll be coming to that in just a bit. But over to you, Siddharth.
Well, the deal clincher apparently was just about 1 hour. Things have moved at a
Mm.
rapid bullet train rate in the last 1 hour. What happened? Aminul Islam Bulbul, the Bangladesh Cricket Board, gave a statement. In that statement, he mentioned that we thank Mohsin Naqvi and the PCB for the solidarity, for the sportsmanship, and for the way how you dealt with all of this. And we urge the Pakistan Cricket Board to not boycott the February 15th encounter against India for the greater good of the sport and for world cricket in general. Okay, that was the first step. The second step, apparently, in what were the demands, reported demands of the PCB at that time, Bangladesh, despite a non-participation, despite going well against the ICC protocols, that yes, security was not an issue, they now will get no sanctions, no penalties. Not just that, in between 2028 till 2030, they will get to host another ICC event prior to 2031.
Yeah.
Most likely, it will be the Under 19 World Cup. It will not be any other thing because 2029 is the Champions Trophy in India. 2028 is the T20 World Cup in Australia, New Zealand. So 2029 Under 19 World Cup or 2030, most likely that's going to be your another event. But
Yes.
imagine
Yes.
Bangladesh doing all of this, skipping the T20 World Cup, but yet having no sanctions. That placated Pakistan. And why did the ICC do this? I did that live earlier. My assumption is that they did not want a schism in the ACC. If this had happened, sanctions on Bangladesh, Pakistan doesn't get its way,
Hmm.
the Asian Cricket Council was going to be divided, and because of that, fans divided, revenue would have been a huge issue. ICC saw the bigger picture, and then states said that okay, no sanctions, no penalties on Bangladesh. One demand fulfilled, and Aminul Islam Bulbul's statement earlier laid the groundwork that yes, government of Pakistan, from what they did on February 1, now on February 9th, they have done the total U-turn. Sorry, now it's February 10th, by the way.
Now to the press release that I was talking about. Let's go bit by bit over here, paragraph by paragraph. The big headline we've already shared with you, which is that the match will go ahead on the 15th of February in Colombo. But before that, the press release says that the Pakistan government has withdrawn its decision to boycott the T20 World Cup match against India after the country's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was persuaded by Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. A top government body has now said this. It also said that Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif received calls from both Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Just a moment, Siddharth. There is something more that I'm getting over here. Just a moment. Just give me a moment.
Right. I'll just fill in up on the details. Why
Yeah.
Sri Lanka was more important. The clincher
Okay.
also was that one
I
thing.
have it. I have it. I have it. Let me get back. Let me get back.
Yeah,
Okay. So just coming back with the press release, it says that the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, has been formally briefed by the chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board, Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, regarding the outcomes of the high-level deliberations that took place between the PCB representatives of the ICC. We've already told you it was Islam Khwaja who was there, and the Bangladesh Cricket Board. It further says that the government of Pakistan has reviewed the formal request extended by the PCB, extended to the PCB by the Bangladesh Cricket Board, as well as supporting communications from Sri Lanka, the UAE, and other member nations. These correspondences sought Pakistan's leadership in securing a viable solution in the recent challenges. So remember, we told you there were other boards as well who were acting in the background, who wanted this match to go forward. Sri Lankan Cricket Board was one of them. UAE was one of them. That's also what we told you. This evening, just going forward now, it says this evening the Prime Minister held a telephone call with the president of Sri Lanka, Mr. Dissanayake. Also, during their warm and friendly conversation, they recalled that Pakistan and Sri Lanka have always stood shoulder to shoulder, especially during challenging times. Sri Lankan cricket president requested the Prime Minister to accord serious consideration to amicably resolving the solution. Now, you see, Sri Lankan Cricket Board also was quietly in the background and trying to ensure that this match takes place because it was going against their interest as well. Now comes the main bit. In view of the outcomes achieved in multilateral discussions as well as the request of friendly countries, the government of Pakistan hereby directs the Pakistan national cricket team to take the field on the 15th of February for the scheduled fixture in the ICC T20 World Cup. It doesn't mention India, Siddharth, while that doesn't make any sort of a difference. But it doesn't say India. It says that we are directing the Pakistan cricket team to take part in the match, which is scheduled to happen on the 15th.
I can
Okay.
only laugh.
Yeah. Okay. Go on. Go
It
on.
is
Yeah.
laughable because see, I can understand where Sri Lanka came in this whole picture because remember, in this ego tussle and this ego journey that Mohsin Naqvi was on, Pakistan were not hurting ICC or India. They would have hurt Sri Lanka for no fault of Sri Lanka at this point in time. But Emirates cricket is a big stake in this because I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
When Pakistan was having that isolation from cricket because they couldn't play at home because of the terrorism that inflicted their country, the only board that stood by them in that tough times was the Emirates Cricket Board. You use our venue, you use it as our
Yeah.
home ground. For 6 years, they did it.
Yeah.
So that is why when Emirates Cricket Board had a stake, and also because I think with this hybrid model situation, most Asia Cups will happen in the UAE.
Yeah.
So even Emirates Cricket wanted to have a stake in this as well. So you see that this is a different kind of global cricket diplomacy that was at play here. Sri
Yeah.
Lanka, because obviously the game was going to be held in Colombo, Anura Dissanayake had to step in, the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. So that is why It was a huge issue that was having at this point in time. So February 15th, we knew the U-turn will happen because the stakes were far too high. Neither
Hmm.
Pakistan had the gumption to do it. India, anyway, were going to come in. They hadn't said no. So, yes, anybody who wants to see the India Pakistan game now can book your tickets, go to Colombo, go to the Premadasa. On 15th, you will see the India Pakistan game. Unless Pakistan do this, oh, they are at height regency.
Just just be
The buses there.
Just be sure to all of you, as Siddharth says, who have plans of going to Sri Lanka now for the match between India and Pakistan, just be sure of your bank balance because uh, a return ticket from anywhere in North, I'll talk about Delhi, which usually costs about 30-35 grand. In fact, you can get that if it's well planned, you can get it for as low as 28,000 as well. As
Yes.
Nikhil was telling us in the evening, those rates had already touched a lakh and 30,000, a lakh and 30,000 prior to there being any official confirmation of this match. Now, as Siddharth does propel you to go ahead and watch this match, if you are propelled enough, then be very sure that you have a healthy bank balance.
But go from Chennai. Chennai Colombo is cheaper than
Okay.
Delhi Colombo. So that is the thing. But yeah, I mean, for people, let us all begin from this Dramebazi. I mean, this is where Pakistan is known for their Dramebazis more than their cricket. If it's possible, Harshit, is there more in the statement, or can we just give now the timeline of how this
The,
drama unfolded?
just a moment, Siddharth. I'm going to go back to it and check. Just a moment. I think I read the most part, but I'm just going to go back to it. One second. One second.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
that is why.
there is a bit more that we can tell our
Sure.
family members and those joining us right now. It further says, moreover, this decision has been taken with the aim of protecting the spirit of cricket and to support the continuity of the global sport in all participating nations. Prime Minister and the people of Pakistan extend their wishes to the men in green. Remain confident that the team will carry the spirit of sportsmanship. Blah blah blah. You know all that stuff.
Blah,
That's
blah,
it.
blah, blah.
That's it. That's
Blah,
it. That's
blah,
pretty
blah.
much it.
That's what Pakistan can do, and that is what they have done. But then let us now kind of sum up this Dramebazi that all began in 2026. The first 1 month and 10 days, it's only been this Dramebazi. I'll tell you from where it
Right?
began.
Before you give us the entire thing, Siddharth, just the last 24 hours, because they've been the most crucial. And as you asked, what exactly happened? Let me try and connect the dots over here. Number one, you saw early in the morning, Mr. Bulbul from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, fly across to Pakistan. He goes to Lahore. He gets received by PCB officials, and then he has a meeting over there. Not only was he the only one with the Pakistan officials over there, but there was ICC presence in that meeting as well, with the deputy chair in Mr. Khwaja, who was there to oversee this meeting and ensure that there is a resolution by the end of it. After that meeting, which lasted for anywhere between 5 to 6 minutes, where Bangladesh was given something from from those negotiations, there was something done to make them happy, to placate them, and for them to feel less aggrieved than they already have been feeling this whole while. They were promised an ICC tournament before the 2031 World Cup, which is to be held jointly by India and Bangladesh. So they were said that they will be given this tournament. That's number one. What was also said was that there will be no sanctions and there will be no no measures that will be taken against the Bangladesh Cricket Board for having withdrawn out of this tournament. After that, now that Bangladesh Cricket Board felt better about themselves, felt that they aren't losing out on anything over here. There is something to compensate for the loss of not being in the Cricket World Cup 2020, 2026, the T20 World Cup. Then Pakistan took all of these decisions to Pakistan top brass, in particular Shahbaz Sharif, the Prime Minister. He was told about what exactly happened over here. And after that, since Bangladesh got happy, Bangladesh got something, and Pakistan's position was that we are going to side with our brothers. Remember, the word brothers was also used in that PCB release. So this bonhomie definitely between Pakistan and Bangladesh looks to be going strong for now. How long it does, that's not for me to tell because I'm no geopolitical expert. So, but when these when the major takeaways of this meeting, and of course the big takeaway was that Bangladesh cricket is feeling happy about itself now. It feels that some sort of justice is being done. Then Shabazz Sharif tells Mohsin Naqvi, okay, if that's the thing, you go ahead and play the match. Our business was to ensure that BCB don't feel undone. They don't feel hard done by over here by the ICC, which they feel is objective achieved.
Objective achieved in a big way, but let us go back to the center point of when this all happened. Okay,
Mm.
it all began. I mean, I'll try and sum it up in 2 3 minutes. Okay, it all began when Sheikh Hasina government was overthrown in Bangladesh. Tensions then escalated between New Delhi and Dhaka, with minorities, the Hindus in
Yes.
Bangladesh, getting targeted on a frequent basis there. So tensions escalated between New Delhi and Dhaka. Along the sidelines of it, the IPL auction started. In the IPL auction, there was no clarity on what should be done to the Bangladesh players who were there.
Mm.
The situation got compounded when Mustafizur Rahman was purchased by Kolkata Knight Riders for 9.2 crores, one individual.
Yeah.
And that set off a chain of events. People in India argued that why, when there are tensions going on between New Delhi and Dhaka, why get a Bangladesh player in? Now, then the BCCI and the IPL governing council panicked. They then told the Kolkata Knight Riders to release Mustafizur. But then that humiliation, the Bangladesh Cricket Board and the Bangladesh government could not bear it. They then threatened to walk out from the T20 World Cup, boycott the T20 World Cup, and then it happened. After a lot of negotiations, Bangladesh wanted to play the games in India, in Sri Lanka, but ICC said no. The threat perception was low to medium. Bangladesh said it was high, and then they said, we will not play the T20 World Cup. That's it. Bangladesh booted out. In came Scotland.
Mm.
Pakistan suddenly jumped into the picture when they said on February 1 that we will not take the field against India on February 15th. Now that set off another round of negotiations. Sanctions were going to be there if Pakistan boycotted this game because there was no basis for force majeure. There was no other basis on which Pakistan, there was no legitimate ground that Pakistan could boycott. And then, after all of this, Bangladesh Cricket Board President Aminul Islam Bulbul comes to Lahore. They have a meeting. Then Aminul Islam urges Pakistan to not boycott the game. Then ICC releases a statement: no sanctions, no penalties, one additional ICC event for Bangladesh. And now the final act of this drama, and then the curtains can come down. Pakistan government has given the go ahead. No boycott of the India game on February 15th. But you did not need a rocket scientist to figure this out. We at Sports Today, everybody called out Pakistan's bluff the day they had given that statement out on Feb 1.
Okay, Siddharth, you want to take some comments? People feel that this is a good birthday gift for you. What a day you've given us all. So many news. It was a news-packed day for a newsman like you, for a devout newsman like you. I must say, this was quite the day for you to not be in office.
No, but then see, my mind was on this because you don't know when it will break. I thought it would have broken in the evening time, which would have been ideal. But they have decided to break it at 12. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So,
In fact, let's just do one thing because I understand that there's still more work that's to be done. It's past midnight already. So Siddharth and I,
yeah,
in fact, we're just changing our plans over here, not taking comments at the moment. We've given you the important information that had to be given. This, of course, becomes a point of conversation tomorrow at the dugout. So that is a conversation you don't want to miss either. That is where
yeah,
also we will end up interacting with you much more. That'll be a more conversational stream. Those of you who are regulars over here on Sports Today, you know the drill. So yes, we'll take your questions tomorrow when we have a full house in the Sports Studio. I've got some India Today duties to do as well. So the night's not done. So
yes,
that's why Siddharth and I are cutting this stream short. Uh, let's all come together to wish Siddharth
yep,
a very happy belated birthday now. It came to quite an
yeah, yeah.
exciting end, with Siddharth giving us vital 4 minutes
Quite
of
an
his
exciting end,
birthday.
but yes, but still, there's a lot of work to be done. You can check out all the other videos that have been done throughout the day as far as this is concerned. So, from me and Harshit, it's bye bye, good night, see you soon.